As we go, we'll bring you to the cage with Kaz Egan.
The following contest will consist of 3 2-minute rounds and is a 140-pound catch weight match. Making her way to the cage, out of the blue corner, Kelli Wiechmann.
All right, and here we go. Walking out is Kelli Wiechmann. I had an opportunity to speak to her earlier, and, you know, she was really excited to be here, and I asked her, you know, what's the plan? And she said, I'm just going to get out there. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to execute my plan. And I asked her, what are some fun things about you that maybe people want to know? And she said, well, I know everything about The Office, and I have a Harry Potter tattoo.
Oh,
so
wow.
there you go.
You know, the great thing about amateur fights, too, is I see here that Kelli weighed in at 138 and it's a catch weight at 140, which means it's a lot of heart and a lot of excuse my language, but a lot of balls on Kelli's part, and this is what's beautiful about amateur cards. I remember I fought at 125, I fought at 130 once, I ate a burger to get on the scale. At this level in the game, you just want and love the game so much that you want to fight, and all we're seeing is heart here. Obviously, Kelli may have eaten a burger or two to make 138 for this fight.
That being said, oftentimes we see a lot of dropouts at this level, so you will do whatever it takes to get in the octagon. I mean, with the burgers, with the food, just being able to step on the mat is a true blessing at this level, and I love it. And, you know, I actually think that a catchweight is really cool because when I was an amateur, I killed myself with gnarly, gnarly weight cuts. Now looking back, I wish that a few of those had been at a catchweight. Coming into an amateur, you just need the experience. You don't need to be killing yourself to make weight. So by having these catch weights, it's kind of a breath of relief for all the athletes, in my opinion.
And here we go. We'll take you to the cage for the next walkout with Kaz Egan.
Now making her way to the cage, out of the red corner, Estefania Cobos.
Cobos getting hyped up, about to walk out. So I spoke to Steffi in the back a little bit, and she has English, but I did have my boyfriend translate for us. And I asked her, you know, what her biggest strength was coming into the cage today. And you know what she told me? She said that everything has aligned for her to be here tonight. She is so grateful for the opportunity. She works so hard, fighting as her life, and just to be here today, she's so grateful for it that she thinks that her biggest strength is her gratitude, her mindset going into the cage, and just feeling so happy to be here. And when she said that, I like started getting chills.
Yeah.
Just because you really can feel it when you talk to her too. She just believes in herself in this sport so much. It's
I mean,
beautiful
look
to
at her
see.
though. She's singing her walkout song. She's having a great time. She's just ready to get after it.
It's very powerful because as much training as you can do, the mental work is what will get you through, and having that heart and that excitement. So I think doing the mind work is battle already won in a lot of ways once you get your mind in check.
100%.
How exciting. And here we go with the announcement in the cage with Kaz Egan.
A little wipe down.
Oh yeah, a little wipe down first. A little wipe down first.
So both these women are tall. It looks like Steffi is almost 6 feet tall and Kelli is 5'9". Steffi looks really long from here though, huh?
Yeah, she does. I mean, yeah, I mean, she's 5'11", and her gloves are coming down, you know, past mid-thigh, you know?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She's definitely got the reach advantage in this fight.
But the way things have been going, there's been a lot of grappling, so.
Right. It's
We'll
going to
see
play a
how that
role,
works,
you know? And that's what you were talking about earlier, Killer B, is how you were saying, well, that's the beautiful thing about MMA is sometimes you get in there, well, most of the time you get in there, and you have to adjust,
Yeah.
you know?
And I always say the higher the tree, the easier to chop, so it's more limbs to
Oh.
chop down, so we'll see how this goes.
I gotta tell my boyfriend that because he's 5'2".
Yeah. I mean, they always chop my limbs down. I'm so tall.
Again, this fight is 3 2-minute rounds in the 140-pound catch weight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with an undefeated record of 1 win, no losses, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 138.4 pounds, fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. Here is Kelli Killer Kells Wiechmann. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 1 win, 1 defeat, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 140 pounds, fighting out of San Agustin, Jalisco, Mexico. Here is Estefania Cobos. Your referee in charge of the action, Ryan the Jester Spink.
Big breath, take the center. Big breath, take the center. Here we go.
Estefania has extreme focus look on her face right now.
Fight. Here we go.
Estefania with the red tape, Kelli with the blue.
Respect a glove touch.
Looks like Estefania comes from a boxing background, heavy legs, strong stance. But Killer Kells is just walking her down.
Yeah, good read by Kelli to hit that front leg because Steffi's a little heavy on it.
They're going at it punch for punch right now. Really
Yeah.
exciting.
They're not really at range, huh? They're pretty close.
Yeah.
It looks like Estefania is not trying to engage in the clinch at all. So I'm leaning towards her working.
Nice.
Oh, great combinations from Steffi. Very impressive work.
Beautiful boxing.
Kelly's kind of running into some of those punches by coming in at a straight line.
Take lateral steps.
I think if she hit an angle before returning those punches,
Good
help-
inside leg kick.
yeah, help her land a little
Step
more.
to the side. Now straight. There you go.
There
And
we
that's what
go.
her team's telling
Yeah,
her to
that's
do.
what the coach said.
Nice uppercut, though.
Oof, I see a blood coming out already. These girls are banging.
Oh,
snap.
Steffi's throwing them.
That right hand was something.
You know, Steffi's landing a lot, but Killer Kells is very, very poised in there. She's weathering the storm well. I'd like to see her respond.
But there's a lot of time for the storm to swell up, and
Yeah.
it's quite early in the game to be taking so much damage.
Exactly, that's
I want
true.
to see if Killer Kells can adapt and figure out something new, because this is right here is giving her, she's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
here.
I'd love to see a level change and to shoot in for
Yep.
a takedown. Once somebody's throwing heavy high, it just leaves the whole rest of her body
Sure.
wide open. Her hands are up high and heavy, and there's just blood all over the place right now.
Killer Kells isn't doing much to take her head offline either. I'd like to see a little bit more head movement. It's the end of round 1. A lot of blood
She
coming
looks
out of Killer
awake, though.
Kells.
Looks
Yeah,
like it woke her up,
she's
huh?
ready to go.
We'll see what adjustments her corner has for her.
And here we go with the replay. As you see, Steffi just using her boxing skills and really getting after it here. Wow, how exciting. You know, the other thing I want to point out is, Killer Kells, they're fighting out of Arizona, and I love seeing that when fighters go to another state to kind of make it happen, it really highlights what it is to do this for a living, you got to get after it. Sometimes you got to go to another state. Ladies, let me ask you, how does that play a role when you have to go to another state? Does it affect you at all? How does
Well, I
that?
go to a whole nother country.
Yeah.
I go across the world.
And Steffi is in another country.
Right.
She lives in Mexico, and she's here now. And she doesn't live in TJ. She lives in Jalisco,
Uh-huh.
which is much further away.
And it's high elevation as well, and so is Arizona, so they really are neck and neck in that. I don't see either of them gassing out. But Estefania really reminds me of likes of Alexa Grasso right now with beautiful boxing. We'll see how Killer Kells adjusts. I love the leg kick, though, but those empty leg kicks are hellish with boxing counters. So
Yes.
I'm
So
really,
cuidado, as they say.
this is some high-level fighting here, this fight.
Got a little blood on my paper here.
Oh, it's always
it's a real
fun.
fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. This is what we want, baby.
Let's see the adjustments around.
Be careful, don't sniff it. You might want to jump back in there.
Heart's already racing. I think the second you see a fight as a fighter, you want to get in there.
Steffi coming out strong with her boxing
Again,
again.
sharp boxing.
Beautiful body shots.
I'd love to see Killer Kells. Yes, there we go. There's a takedown attempt.
Beautiful defense, beautiful
It was
stuff.
just a little slow.
Wow, Steffi's stuffing it very well. She's got good underhook here.
Killer
She's got a
Kells.
good whizzer, strong whizzer that defends the takedown so hard.
But Killer Kells is making it to that side, so I want to see Estefania right here pass. She needs to sprawl out of those arms, and now we're
Nice
up.
work to get up. Nice work to get up. Now let's do another
Beautiful.
level change.
All right, well, let's see what Kelli has.
You know, it's really disheartening when you have a strength and your opponent just defends it and negates it, and now I think that I have a feeling we're going to see Killer Kells just go for it. We're in for a treat. I think this is going to start.
Yeah.
Once the blood starts going, man, it's kill or be killed. I think that it definitely comes out of you.
Yeah, we've seen you do that plenty of times, Killer Miller. If this gets as bloody as any of your fights, we're in for a treat.
It's looking like it.
I mean, she's definitely walking her down. It's not like she's relenting with the pressure.
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, Killer Kel's just moving forward.
But I love the backwards boxing of Estefania. She's not just empty backing up. She is attacking as she's backing up, so that's quite beautiful.
High level.
Jinx.
What would you do in this point, ladies? Like, if you end up in this situation, right, where you have somebody who's just landing, are you looking for the clinch? Are you looking to try to change it up? You don't want to stay at their distance anymore.
I want to piss her off by messing up her front leg. That's what I would do first. And then second, I would change levels. At least mix in some level change feints, right? And then nail her to the face.
I go killer on it, man. I throw 10 punches and I take it to the ground, and I'm going to rip your arm off and take it home with me if I can.
And we'll see if she has the durability you have, though. That's
Oh,
a one-of-a-kind game plan there. It works for Killer Miller, but I don't know about the rest of us.
Well, man, Killer Kells actually ended that last round with a punch and a kick to the body. I'm really impressed with her durability, and, you know, the blood is just not affecting her at all, and she is just hungry. She's moving forward, and
I like the kick, too. I like that she was adding kicks, and I would like to see more of those and more feints with the level changes, and maybe more commitment on a takedown.
even
attempt.
maybe adding a
Case
teep
work,
just to
something.
keep her away, add a little distance with those kicks.
I think definitely this coming round, Killer Kells really has to get after her. She has to, you know, I don't think she's up right now, and I think she knows that, and I think she's going to have to come out and really put that work and put the pressure on. I'd like to see her slow down the boxer, right? Like, Steffi's coming out very strong with her boxing, very confident. So I'd like to see Kells kind of grapple her, get her up against the cage, make her work a little bit harder. Don't just stand in front of her. Let's see what happens.
Estefania is doing a beautiful job, but it ain't over till it's over.
Yes, and I was just going to say there is something really scary about a fighter that knows they're down. Right?
Like we saw in the Madeline Wade fight, man. When I was in her corner, I told her, you're down 2 rounds. You go out there and finish this fight. Sometimes you
choice
just
you
gotta
have.
go for it. Yeah.
That
Like,
was,
what else you gonna
that was
do?
so sick. That was such a sick armbar.
It was a little harsh, but it's like, man, break it or you're gonna lose this belt.
Let's see what Kelly comes out with.
Oof, they're
Great work
swinging.
by
Beautiful
Steffi.
cross.
Oh, and
great.
Steffi's leg
Beautiful
kicks.
leg
I
kick.
like it. She's so long, you know. I'd like to see her do more of that. Oh, dang. Good
Oh,
clinch.
wow.
Just like you said, Tina, you called it.
Because you got to change it, you know.
Estefania needs to pull her up here. Beautiful.
Good defense. Good work by Kelly to bring it here because, let's face it, she's against the cage. She can't hit you as much, right?
Absolutely.
She's at least slowing that down a little bit.
Yeah.
Estefania is doing a beautiful job of keeping Kelly's hips away from her.
Nice knee.
These knees are legit.
You know, I got to say, I'm very impressed with Steffi and her ability to work in the clinch as well. I was not expecting to see this.
Yeah, sometimes when you have a strength, you don't really respect other people's strengths, and I feel like she's definitely respected it here and prepared well for it.
Agree.
I'm not sure if she's going for the guillotine or is that her takedown defense, but
Nice takedown by
Here
the
we go,
Killer Kells.
Kells.
And a
Oh,
sweep by
and Steffi got a
Estefania. Woo!
sweep. Wow.
That was sweet.
we got about 30 seconds on the clock. Let's see if Killer Kells can pull out a submission.
She's trying to trap that arm. It looks like she's going for a triangle or an armbar here.
Yeah, it's interesting. At this point, it's
Gotta
not worth it
try.
for her to get up, right? She
Right.
has to throw up a submission.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
But
Steffi did a
Estefania-
good job to pin that leg down. Wow.
Beautiful half guard position. Very impressed with Estefania in this
Yeah.
fight.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean,
Showing well-roundedness here.
Very
Wow.
good work.
Wow. You know,
And Kelly was no joke either.
no, 100%. I mean, Killer Kelli, she came out and she weathered the storm, and it was very tough. But, I mean, Steffi came out. Look, we said that she was a boxer. And then I said, hey, I think that maybe Killer Kelli puts her in the clinch and see what she does. She came out in the third round, did that. Steffi threw knees. So then what did Killer Kelli do? She tried to take her down. And look, Steffi swept her and passed the guard, ground and pound. Great display of MMA from Steffi. I mean, what do you do? What do you do against that?
And kudos to Valkyrie Fighting for bringing in an international fighter. And at this level, you don't really get the chance to experience that. You don't really get the chance to compete against international fighters. And here, Killer Kells, and they really get an experience of what it is to compete with the best in the world at this level.
you can just see the gratitude written all over her face. I mean, everything that she had said in the interview with Tina, I saw in her fighting, and I see now in the way that she's composed, and she did a sign of respect, lifting her opponent's hand. She said, thank you so much. And, you know, sportsmanship goes a long way in this sport, especially coming from, this is all women. We're all fighting for the same thing. So to see respect like that, I'm like, man, I'm going to go home and write down my gratitude.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Steffi. That was great.
She's got a future, that's for sure. She definitely does. I mean, and I think that gratitude and going into the cage with a certain kind of attitude really allows you to perform to your highest potential. And I think that Steffi really showed that, because no matter where the fight went, she was composed, she was aggressive, and you know, reverse positions, defended the takedown, and
you know,
beat up her opponent.
100%, right? I think in the professional sports realm, they refer to it as like a flow state, right? It's like when you're in a flow state,
Yes.
you can just flow and move with it, and it's so natural. And I think Steffi has a really good connection with that.
You know, I think Kelly also has quite the future. It might be that she just needs a few more fights to sort of get at the level where she could be a little more competitive with someone like Steffi.
I
But
mean,
what a great fight.
I mean, look at the record, 1-0 and 1-1. I mean, if I didn't have that in front of me, I wouldn't have guessed that from either of them.
Right.
Yeah, so that's very, very impressive. Very impressed.
Extremely technical with the exchanges, and even the adjustments made in between rounds from both ladies is just...
You know, I used to work at an all-women's organization, and one of the things that the CEO said is that women are lifelong learners. And it's funny because you saying they have very little experience on paper, but they seem so composed, so mature, right? It's like they learn between rounds, they learn between training sessions. It's another proof that women really got this down, or at least are getting there.
This is a great time. Valkyrie fight. How about this crowd? I mean, look at that. This is a great venue. Sometimes when you get a venue, right, and you buy like a ticket, sometimes you end up being way in the back, but no matter where you are here in the crowd at Valkyrie Fighting, you have good view. I mean, it's great seating no matter what.
It is so beautiful. I was laughing and back talking to my coach Manolo. I'm like, man, I started in the dirt. We called it the chicken coop fights, fighting in the mud and in the dirt. So to be here in such a beautiful place, and you know, in San Diego where the weather's nice, you could see the stars. It's just, this is so incredible that women now have the opportunity to do this. We don't have to be hiding or cutting your hair or scrapping in the mud.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing promotion.
I think we got the decision coming up right now.
Yeah. Here we go.
Great work.
Well deserved.
And we'll bring you to the cage with Kaz Egan with the decision.
And this wasn't a title fight. Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we head to the judges' scorecard for decision. Judge Paulson scores the contest 30-26, and Chris Lieben and Felicia O score the contest 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Estefania Steffi Cobos.
Woo, well deserved.
Congratulations, Steffi. Great work. And I was just saying, I can't believe this isn't a title fight. It kind of felt like
It was beautiful. It's making me really look forward to the later fights.
take a picture.
Here with your winner by unanimous decision, coming from Mexico, Steffi Cobos. Steffi, you traveled the farthest out of any other fighter here. What does this mean to you?
Oh my God. My English not very well, but I tried. So for me, this event to be here is too much. For all people, believe in me, and this is the first in my dream. So I appreciate all the participate in my career.
Obviously, we are on pay-per-view right now. I'm sure a lot of people from Mexico bought the pay-per-view. Anything you want to say for your friends and family watching? And go ahead and say in Spanish.
Los amo, Team Zeta!
Steffi Cobos, everybody, viva Mexico!
So like that.